Today we're gonna give you 14 tips on how to write or compose a song. Check this out. Hello guys, Jared Dags here. Welcome to my channel. I am here with my younger sister, Mary.
Hi guys!
Yeah. So matagal na po kami nagko-compose ng song ng kapatid ko. And we call us...
Wow! Ayan guys, ayan.
You might want to check out Upside Down. That is our original composition. More Strength to Fight. That is our song dedication to our frontliner guys. So please share it so we can reach more people. They can hear the song. All the links of these videos are in the description down below.
So first tip for songwriting is be in a peaceful environment.
Yes.
Yes, so importante kasi guys na pag magsusulat ka, kahit ano yung isusulat mo, 'di ba? Kahit story, importante talaga na magkaroon ng peace environment. May mga tao naman na comfortable din sila sa maiingay na lugar. So, kahit saang lugar, basta komportable ka, basta may peace of mind ka, yung comfortable ka na magsulat at ma-express mo yung mga thoughts mo into words.
That will take us to tip number 2, which is find inspiration. Peaceful yung mind mo, clear yung mind. Of course, makakahanap ka ng inspiration mo, ano yung isusulat mo. Kasi nga, ito yung kailangan natin eh. Yung inspiration. Bago ka makasulat ng kanta, kailangan mo muna meron ka inspiration na para makasulat ka ng mga
may pakuhugutan ka ng mga words mo at emotion mo, di ba?
Yes. So, ayun nga, that will take us to tip number 3, which is confirm
and organize your emotions. Before ka magsulat, kailangan mo munang i-confirm kung ano yung nafe-feel mo. 'Di ba? Hindi kasi magulo kasi yung pag pinag-mix mo. Pero may mga feelings na mix mo, pero kailangan mong i-organize yung feelings mo na sa part na ito yung nafe-feel ko.
Happy ka
o sa linyang ito, ganun yung nafe-feel ko. Tapos sa next line naman, may changes of feelings, ganun. Organized of emotions. I-confirm mo yung emotions mo, tapos i-organize mo lahat.
Tip number 4, list rhyming words based on your thoughts. Ito nga guys, obviously, kasi pag gumagawa ka ng kanta, plus points yung nagra-rhyme yung mga words mo.
Para kasi siyang poem na mas magandang pakinggan kapag nagra-rhyme at mas madali mong ma-memorize, ganun. Madaling nakaka-catch yung song.
Lista nyo yung mga rhyme words at surely magagamit nyo yan. For example, light, tonight,
blue, clue, blue's clues.
blue's clues. Ayan nga guys, marami naman maraming mga words na magagamit nyo. Kaya i-check out nyo rin yung mga original songs namin para mayroon kayong basihan din, no? Okay, that will take us to tip number 5. It is important to provide thesaurus.
Yes, so get your thesaurus.
Get some help.
So, importante yung thesaurus kasi minsan may mga words tayo na gustong isali doon or gusto nating i-express pero hindi siya nagra-rhyme, ganon, gusto mo isali yung word na yun pero parang ang pangit pakinggan. So, importante rin yung gamitan mo ng thesaurus kasi synonymous yun, di ba? So, may mga words doon, baka makahanap ka ng mga words na pwedeng mag-rhyme sa first na sinulat mo. So, makakakuha ka ng maraming idea sa thesaurus, guys.
Stop it. Get some help.
May notepad naman sa mga cellphones ngayon, di ba? So, ilista nyo lang lahat doon. Wala lagi tayo mic daw.
Nara. Tip number 6, know the basic song structure. Of course.
Pinaka-importante.
Yes guys, kasi meron talagang basic structure na yun lang yung sundin mo para gumawa ng kanta. Meron namang mga creative na mga songwriter na pwede nilang i-mix yung mga structure. But the very basic, yun yung pinaka-foundation
At
talaga.
syempre, kung beginner ka, ito yung basis mo na susundan mo. Kasi
Yes.
ito yung pinaka-main talaga. Halos lahat ng kanta ganito.
Build.
Mas madali kang makabuild ng song.
Yes. So what are these structures? Number one is intro. Of course, you will have some intro to show your musicality. But after the intro will be verse. Ano yung nasa mga verse? Ito yung the start of the story. Ito ang magtitel kung saan na patutungo yung story. Siya talaga yung una na magtell. The next structure is the refrain.
In refrain, mas nagiging attractive siya kapag may ganong factor na
Change.
na may changing factor sa mood na take place yung changes of mood sa gusto mong mangyari sa kanta mo.
Refrain usually before chorus yun eh. Before magko-chorus, meron munang refrain.
Or pre-chorus.
Now this next structure is the very important part of the song. This is called chorus.
The chorus.
Bang.
Oo, putang ina.
Ano yan?
Gabi. No! Madali ra pag yun.
Di, wala man ako.
Kani.
Wala man. Cellphone naman dito.
Sige, go.
Ryan, the chorus, it is the very highlighted part of the song.
Ito yung pinaka-foundation sa lahat kasi ito yung
Pinaka-memorable na part.
pinaka-memorable na part.
It needs to be catchy. Ito yung kakantahin ng mga tao talaga. So the next structure is the bridge. This is also important. Pwede naman mawala yung bridge, ba? Pwede namang walang bridge yung kanta. I-replace mo sa solo or instrumental or something. Or pwede naman merong bridge, meron din instrumental. But it is also important kasi dito ka magkakaroon ng different idea sa bridge. It is an idea to connect another story to another. Kaya nga bridge. Bridge. That was the structure. So that will take us to tip number 7, which is find influence. With many songwriters, di ba? Find influence and explore.
Different genres, different types of music,
Stop it.
ganon.
Get some help.
To be able to create kasi beautiful music, hindi lang yung
Isang-
lang, basta-basta lang. Kailangan mo kasing makakuha rin ng
Influence.
hugot or influences sa iba't ibang music kasi dun ka nagkakaroon ng idea kung anong magandang tune o ang ilalagay mo
Stop
sa
it.
music mo at
Get some help.
anong genre ang bagay para sa kantang isusulat mo.
So ayun nga, tip number 8 will be choose your genre. Pag na-influence ka na sa mga iba't ibang mga genre, you will have to choose for every song just one genre. If you are really creative, you can mix that, but I suggest for beginners, I really recommend na isa lang yung genre. Meron kasing mag-love song tapos magre-reggae sa chorus, may mga ganun. For beginners, not recommended 'yun.
Magkakagulo lang talaga kan. Google.
Galgal.
Magkakagulo lang. Pero pwede naman i-try nyo pero
Na ba?
hindi yun
For tip number 9, choose your key and chord progressions. Ayan guys, pwede kami gagawa ng tutorial dyan kung paano ka ng chord patterns on our next video na lang.
Comment down below.
Comment down below if you want. Pero yun talaga, kailangan mo mag-choose ng key and choose chord patterns. So in our tip number 10, use unique lyrics. Unique lyrics. So, paano ka nga ba makagawa ng unique lyrics? This will take us to tip number 11, which is put idiomatic or flowery words.
Hindi idiomatic words.
Idiomatic words.
Okay rin yung simile, mga ganon, mga metamorph. Yung inaano mo yung bagay, inihalin tulad mo yung isang bagay or isang tao sa ibang bagay. Mga ganon.
On our tip number 12, this is important when you are traveling or basically just wherever you go. Just really bring a recorder with you. You have your cell phones everywhere, so You
It
can
is
use
very
that.
important to always have your voice recorder beside you kasi anytime yun, 'di ba, may for instance, nagsha-shower ka, tapos may pumasok sa ears mo
Melody.
na melody. Tapos yung iba kasi yung sinasabi natin na ma-remember ko pa rin yan later. Tapos manghihinayang ka na lang mamaya kasi nakakalimutan mo na pala yun. So ayun, sayang, 'di ba? So anytime talaga, hindi ko naman sinasabing sa shower talaga dadalhin niyo yung cellphone mo, pero
Mag-stop ka muna, tapos i-record mo lang
kahit
talaga.
ilagay mo lang dyan sa tabi. Kasi ganun ako eh.
Ganun.
or matutulog ka tapos gigising ka na lang midnight, may naririnig ka sa utak mo. Di ba? O
Ma-replay mo ulit.
recorder mo. O, di ba?
Yan, guys.
Para hindi sayang yung mga naiisip mong ideas about your music or your song.
Alright, now tip number 13. This is also important. Use comfortable instrument specific for the song. For example, for us, kasi mostly sa amin, gitara talaga yung ginagamit namin. So, yun yung comfortable sa'yo. Kung pianist ka naman or keyboardist, so you will really start from keyboard.
Importante yung may pinaka main na instrument ka ginagamit for your song.
Now, on to our last and final tip. Tip number 14, the length of your song. And guys, mostly talaga nasa mga 3 to 4 minutes lang. Huwag nyo nang ano kayong mag-ano dyan. Hindi naman mga 5 minutes, guys, sobrang haba na yan. So,
Mahaba na nga yung 4 minutes eh.
mostly,
Magiging boring kasi siya, guys. Kapag
Talagang recommended
lengthy, lengthy na
huwag
yung
nyo lang sobrang habaan. Gawa ka na lang bago.
guys.
3 minutes, just 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Tapos, yun na yun. Gawa ka na rin ng bago.
Iba mo na lang. Lagay mo lang yun sa iba.
Huwag mo nang sobrahan yun. Hindi na kailangan.
Nakaka-boring kasi yun, guys.
So those were our 14 tips. We hope it will help you in your journey on songwriting. God bless and see you on our next video.
Bye!